So today, Keegan is going to be talking about four different projects that we have in connection to the volatile cycling, both on Mars and Mercury. Keegan is extremely detail oriented, and I find that he's a very creative person and has an incredible ability for pattern recognition. So I've really enjoyed working with him, and we are not done yet. So we're going to continue working at least until the end of September. So, all right, Keegan, so this is all yours.
All right, Keegan, would you like me to share your slides or would you like to do it?
I got it.
All right.
Okie dokie. All right, this is Alexis and mine presentation made for N3. It is on the mapping of Mercury and Mars's surfaces. So the first thing that we mapped was Mercury's Keagan Basin. It's a very large basin in the planet's largest impact site, one of its oldest megastructures. During this project, I mapped features called troughs, which are in red, and wrinkle ridges in blue. Troughs are formed by extensional stresses on the surface and are caused by the decomposition of weaker materials within the crust of the planet. Wrinkle ridges are much less common than troughs and are formed by compressional stress rather than extension. It was rather interesting to us that the relative density of these features increases at the top of the impact basin. So in this direction, you can see it has a much higher feature density. This is a close-up view of Keagan Basin. No, don't do that. So you can see the troughs and wrinkle ridges. Alexis noted that they're actually strikingly similar to permafrost patches in Alaska. They're much smaller, and obviously on Mercury, they're not formed by ice and water. But the relative process of desiccation may be similar. Moving on, we did Mercury's North Pole. Mercury's North Pole is a great example of chaotic terrains, as it features all stages of development of these formations. These are formed when a lower volatile-rich layer collapses, causing the surface to cave in with it. Volatiles are those weaker materials that have a tendency to loosen or erode when compared to surrounding materials. Our results, along with previous investigations, showed that these layers are essentially latitude independent in their distribution. This is a close-up of the North Pole. This is part of a mapped chaotic terrain with a fresh crater population superimposed on an older degraded one. So you can see like this crater here, like it's barely recognizable, but you can see that it's there. And then right in the middle of it, you have a brand new crater. We use the fresh craters to determine the surface's age. We are also currently investigating paleo shoreline environments in Insidus Planeta on Mars. Notably, the green and red markings identify mesas and knobby areas. We think that these represent paleo surfaces that were destroyed due to coastal erosion. I personally have identified a few interesting features that I named Leslie's Crater and Keagan's Clover. We have yet to file those as official. Leslie's Crater is a large crater that contains and is surrounded by large densities of interesting features. Keagan's Clover is a perfectly divided four mesa cluster that features curiously perfect 90-degree angles. This is an example of a shoreline that would have existed during that time. Noachian period, 4.1 to 3.7 billion years ago. And that's it. This series of projects was really fun to do. I learned a lot. I will actually continue to work a bit more after the end of this internship to complete our latest mapping project, which is the it's a continuation of that paleo shoreline stuff. I am considering a small career in spatial related jobs, but I plan to be a welder by trade. A bit about me, I am a creative kid, and I always find a way to solve a problem. I've actually been finishing these mapping projects faster than expected, and I do a good job at organizing and process. I like to build things like model kits. Here's an example in the bottom right of a model kit I'm building right now. And enjoy restoring and repairing old items. I'm currently restoring a vintage radio. It's the picture in the bottom left. I've had a lot of trouble this summer as I have few friends to visit. Anyone who lives in Arizona currently, I would like to start a project with. But I have had this internship to keep me busy, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you to NASA Neurodiversity Network, Patrick Lynn, and my school principal, Mr. Mims, for giving me this opportunity.